This is looking like a Game 5 series. I think this is going to be one that's going to be extremely, extremely close. Definitely going to be a lot of shouting, screaming, non-stop action kind of things. So if you're in for a heck of a series, then yeah, you're at the right place.
Yeah, so guys, this is Fiat Multipla versus the Veiled. This is another upper round one. Fiat Multipla holding 1 and 2 seed for the whole season, and this Veiled side unbeaten for the past 6 weeks with a new roster. And talking about these rosters, let's have a look at these teams' stats. It'll really give you an idea of how close they are. And granted, you know, it's a 2 and 3 seed, so they're going to be close regardless. But you have to remember the Veiled had a bit of a rough start at the beginning of the season, and then they ended up bringing this back. They have more goals than Fiat Multipla. You know, they have very similar amount of saves, but the shooting accuracy once again from the Veiled is 32% above Fiat Multipla's 29%. So I do really think if there's going to be like a 10-minute overtime in Game 5 sort of series, it's going to be this one.
I mean, these stats just tell us what we've already been saying. It's just a close series, guys. It's just, back and forth kind of action. Both these teams sort of have their standout players, and I think the Veiled did sort of go for a roster change. And since then, it's just been winning nonstop. So, current roster they have now is probably the best you're going to see the Veiled play. The playoff spots there. They're ready to sort of take this top brackets, and Fiat sort of want to prove themselves that they're still that top team and that they're still consistent and that they're not dropping off. Yes, they weren't able to secure first seed in the split, which is a shame, but they still want to make sure that they want to fight for that top spot and look to go all the way to the finals.
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly strong indeed. And these guys would have just seen the series prior to this, seeing Arena Tribe and Concerto go all the way to a Game 5. And after seeing that, they must be thinking, oh gosh, we definitely need to step it up because of how good Concerto are playing as well. And so, if they see that, this is going to be incredible to watch. But guys, let's have a look at these player stats and see who we have on this Fiat Multiplayer and the Veiled teams. The Veiled obviously picking up a new roster halfway through the season, then going unbeaten with them since. So incredible side. Chonka, Angelo, Kinetic, and Saikuna, all these players well known within the community. They know, you all know them, you know what they can do. Versus Suckiest Sucker, Vortex, Spartan X, and Liam Nicholas. So really strong sides. I mean, this is so impressive to see. I mean, look at the stats on this page.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I mean, we kind of comparing this. We obviously saw first seed last game, and they were all in the sort of hundreds. But Fiat's not lacking behind. The saves are there. Kinetic, standalone player with Angelo. So many goals for these sides, and they're so consistent. Obviously, they've been playing together for a long time throughout this entire split. So we're not going to sort of see the defensive errors that we saw from Concerto. It'll be very hard to see sort of an open net plays in this series. I think everything's going to be a lot neater, a lot more tucked in. The challenges are going to be more controlled. And I think although last series was close, it was a bit hectic. This one, I think, is going to be a lot more controlled and a lot more standard, and it's going to be a close one, guys.
It definitely is indeed. Rocket League right now, these two teams, the pinnacle. Will Fiat Multipla run over the Veiled because they are unseen, or is the Veiled going to go unseen and slot loads of goals behind the reliable family car? Only time will tell. As we are waiting for teams to join the lobbies respectively. And Shabby, I'd like to just kind of highlight a big and notable stat line for me, which is those assists. Fiat Multipla really putting in a high amount of assists compared to the Veiled. Do you think that's going to be playing dividends in this game?
I mean, assists just mean more team plays instead of sort of the standalone players. So, do we see more pop off moments from the unseen, or maybe they have less assists because they did go through that roster change, and some of these players are sort of new and up and coming to the league. But yeah, I think assists are always keen if you want to go for those team plays.
Cannot agree more. So we're just waiting for one more player to join up the lobby to get this game underway. And guys, what are your takes on this upcoming series? What do you think's going to happen? I'd love to see what you guys say and read your predictions. But we have got all the players in the lobby, and I want to get this game going ASAP. I'm so excited to play. Players are joining their respective teams. It's going to be Liam Nicholas starting, Spartan and Saki Sucker for the Veiled, so not Vortex, versus Fiat Multipliers, Kinetic Saikuna, and I believe that's probably going to be Anchlo, who is going under the name as Didn't Oversleep Pog. These two teams definitely putting up. And as we see Angelo going nice and early, looking for that double tap early on, however, unable to get it. And Spartan able to get a nice clearance over to Saikuno, not able to get the touch, leaving Spartan an opportunity to do something with the ball, but hasn't got enough boost to work with. So Angelo with a free clearance once again. Saki Saka trying to control the midfield, but Saikuno going for a nice early shot. Clearance is solid straight in the back of the net. Viet Multi were going up 1-0 early on in this game.
Fiat, oh my god, coming in clutch. Saikuna with an absolute pop. And that is just an unfortunate read from Spartan, unable to get out there in time. And yeah, that was just a bit of a mid-pop, no real sort of team play or anything like that. Just a fantastic shot. Yeah, Fiat shown to be sort of the more awake team in this first few seconds.
Definitely more awake indeed, which is surprising considering one of them overslept. However, as we go forward now, Liam Nicholas trying to put some pressure on Kinetic, trying to pop it up nice and high. He's trying to go for the second touch as well, but it's going to fall straight into the suckiest sucker hands, and we've seen how good he has been throughout the whole season. Definitely doing a fantastic performance at the back end of the regulation. So looking for him to step up as Saikuna trying to do something with the ball here, but Liam Nicholas getting a read. And I love how professional Liam Nicholas game tag sounds.
Yeah, I love just saying Liam Nicholas. It's a fantastic name. Sounds like I'm describing an actor of some sort. And he's just walking down the red carpet. But didn't oversleep Pot. Who was that again? I just
Angelo,
that's it. And he didn't oversleep, so he should be awake, right? As we're a minute in, and apart from that pop, it's been pretty, pretty. I don't. Whoa, okay. Another pop comes through. Actually, okay, I was about to say it's been pretty controlled from both sides, but this midfield pop and Spartan, I don't think was expecting that because he's kind of just watching that one go in. And Fiat kicking off strong in this first game.
Definitely starting strong indeed. Wanting to kind of end this series sooner before it starts, before Veiled gets any sort of momentum. But Spartan now trying to put some pressure on. Saikuna is waiting on that backboard. Maybe going to look for a bit of a dribble play, but no, unfortunately. He actually does take it around Saikuna, wins the 50-50 with the lawyer Liam Nicholas. So he sounds like one. As we see in Saki Saka trying to tap the ball, but not the best of touches. And it does look like the Veiled may be a little bit tired, not awake right now. Not the biggest or best start from them. And as they go 3-0 down with a brilliant passing play from Kinetic to Saikuna. And what's happening here? We all expected the Veiled to kind of, come out here swinging, but they just don't look awake.
Yeah, guys, we hyped this up to be a close series. I'm going to really need the Veiled to sort of step up here. They've just given away too many free goals. And, a pop here from Spartan almost brings one back. But, again, Fiat with the defense. And what I'm just seeing is just controlled play, just great mid-pops. And I said we weren't going to see any open nets, but there have been some defensive errors from the side of the Veiled. So I think they just need to turn on. They just need to sort of wake up. We know these first games aren't consistent of how the series is going to be, but you definitely don't want to be 3-0 down in the first half.
Yeah, definitely not. It's not what you want as Kinetic. Pushing forward, looking for maybe a double tap. We saw earlier Alpha Fire dead a double tap from the exact angle, but not able to follow it up. As Spartan now had the breakaway. Unfortunately, the ball was going a little bit too fast, allowed to roll off the backboard. And Ancho there to make a slave. We see a shot coming out from Liam Nicholas, but Saikuno is waiting the goal to break away that opportunity. Kinetic trying to do a bit of a counter attack, but Spartan on a really good job of rotating. Saki gets taken out, leaving the goal wide open, but unfortunately,
Oh,
just falls a little wide.
yeah, I think Saki just got demoed there. Fantastic play from Fiat. I think they're just controlling the arena a lot better. They're playing this so smart. They're sort of trying to get these balls up to the backboard. Their backboard defense was fantastic. I think Angelo was able to sort of keep that one away and control the defense. So they're playing all aspects of the game beautifully. And what a save! That was going top bins, by the way. And they're going well forward, and they're also defending brilliantly as another pop from Saikuna comes in. He's just shooting it in the net, and they're just going in. I mean, there's been sort of some very defensive blunders as another mistouch comes through, and Fiat just looking like they're in absolute control of this game.
Unbelievable plays coming out from Fiat. And remember, guys, this is the minor playoffs. Last weekend were major and elite playoffs. So if you're looking for a player, I know that somebody is in the chat looking for, I believe that was Stewie. He was last weekend on this exact stream where
Did he
he
win?
competed. I can't remember the exact result. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cast the major playoffs. But there are going to be replays on the channel. So if you want to see him play, I believe that is Shagster, do check out the replays in the past broadcasts. You'll be able to find those games there. But focusing back onto the Veiled versus Fiat Multipla. Right now, Fiat Multipla, as you're saying, complete control of this map.
Yeah, they're just so confident on the ball, and I think they've just had way too much space in the midfield. I think the challenges have just been coming in a little too late, and it's just allowed for them to sort of control the tempo of the game. And yeah, they're just a bit lackluster, a bit disappointing from the Veiled in this first game. They don't seem to be all too round up and concerned at keeping the ball. They're kind of just knocking it forward. And you know, they're just going to lose this first game. I don't see them coming back 4 goals in 30 seconds, and I think they just need to regroup and readjust and sort of compose themselves for the next one.
Exactly. I can't believe. I really thought the Veiled was going to bring this closer, but right now, Shabby, what do you think that this Veiled side need to do? They just need to wake up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely need to wake up. Definitely need to sort of slap themselves awake, because I feel like they've just been asleep at the wheel. They're allowing too many shots to come through. They're just too easy. Sort of Saikuno was able to sort of pop like 5 or 6 shots just pretty much open in the midfield. He's just too much. It's free real estate for the guy. He's just getting too many. Look, 7 shots, and then you got didn't oversleep. I forget his name. Saikuna with
Yeah, Angelo.
Angelo, sorry, with 5 shots, and Kinetic with 2. So many shots, and the Veil just no answer. Really slow to react. And yeah, if they want to have any chance in this series, they need to step up and sort of, yeah, just wake up a little bit.
They definitely do indeed. And so, right now, Fiat Multiple looking like the stronger side, wanting to keep on and keep dominant like they have been in this game. And only time will tell. Spartan being in a good shift, though. He did have 4 saves, only 3 shots coming out of the whole of Veiled compared to the 14 shots from Fiat Multipler. So, it's definitely that midfield control falling the Fiat side. I think possibly there needs to be a little bit of a team talk happening in the Veiled roster in order for them to bring back. I don't know if they're going to have a little bit of a sub. I don't know what's going on here for the delay, but no, they're keeping on the exact same teams. It's going to be interesting to see whether Veiled are able to bounce back.
Yeah, and I think Liam Nicholas was doing his very best. Sakia Sucker as well, but I think Spartan just allowed too many of those balls to sort of go over his head. And I know he's a great player. I know he's got it in him. I think he just needs to refocus up and sort of get his head in the game.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. As the kickoff does continue and does start, Vale need to bounce back here. Whereas they're going to go to the losers bracket, but an early shot comes in from Kinetic. Saved by Spartan with a beautiful save, but it's followed up by Saikuna. Spartan did such a good job to keep that goal away. Brilliant touch from him. However, Saikuna was there to follow up once again, and Sucky is Sucker. Just sucking a little
I
bit too
mean,
hard.
look at the shot place from Saikuna. This man just finds all the angels, and he is just slotting that one top left. He's not going for sort of the aggressive sort of silly shots that you normally see with like just the front end where you're banging it straight and it's obviously going to be a 50. He placed that so beautifully in the top left corner, and that is just fantastic from him. And he's definitely been such a strong player as Kinetic. Almost getting a second one in. Saikuna in the air again, and look at him go.
Wow.
He's just so angelic in these air dribbles, and he's just able to always get a shot in no matter what. And look at that repositioning there, mid aerial, able to sort of get the bounce in, throw the defense off, and Saikuna just having an absolute laugh with this series.
Unbelievable play from the Reliable Family Cars team of a Fiat Multipla. And you have to remember, guys, that the Reliable Family Car side, Chonka is the GM there, and every game they win, they donate £1 to the charity. And Chonka did post the Just Giving page in the chat. And guys, so if you have any money to spare, anything you can possibly do, please go and donate. Chonka, if you are listening to me, post the link once again in chat and go and donate. Click the link and donate. This is going to a good cause indeed. We all very much care for it big time. So guys, get on, show your love. Is this Reliable Family Car doing brilliant stuff for charities. Kinetic now looking to score another goal.
Yeah, fantastic. Great shout out from you, Hops. Yeah, I mean, it's just Fiat all over again, sort of again with the aggression, again with this midfield control and the aerials. And I just see too many players from the Veiled sort of static in goal, a bit stalemate, as you see sort of a double commit there. Just like these clearances, they're just not efficient. They're sort of clearing it 2 shots from Fiat, and Fiat, it's just free for them. They're able to just get such control, and they're just really controlling the pace of this game. A Spartan, oh, okay, he's looking to turn it up a little bit. Spartan, I think that's the first signs of life from the Veiled in this series.
Exactly, and it's Spartan coming from it. He has been performing really well throughout this series so far, and so maybe this is the lease of life that the Veil need to get back into this game. As Suckis wins the kickoff really well, he's going to be able to get that corner boost. Saikuna, though, chasing hard. Liam Nicholas is there, puts a shot on, and the Veil, they have woken up. They have opened the veils of their curtains in front of their window and are now being seen. Brilliant stuff.
Okay, and that just comes from a great play there from Saki, able to bounce it off the ceiling, and 2 very quick goals here for the Veiled, and maybe we see them finally wake up in the series and sort of bring the aggression that we know them for.
Incredible stuff, incredible stuff indeed. As we see the ball flying down into the Fiat Multipla's half. Can Suckis follow it up? He can. And with a brilliant save coming out from Angelo to keep that goal away. What a save indeed. A Spartan looking for his teammate on the other side where he is, and Suckis is waiting. However, Angelo getting the touch once again, and Angelo's been performing really consistently. Can he get another shot here? No, he can't. As Spartan too quick off the gun. Master Chief would have been proud.
Angelo able to get that sort of those midfield challenges, and there he goes again, able to sort of maybe fake this one out. Spartan with the clearance, but a great pop into Saikuna. Oh, he just didn't make it. That was looking really dangerous for Fiat, and they're looking to sort of close this one out. They don't want to give the opportunity for the Veil to come back, and here they are on the attack once again.
Angelo popping it forward against the aerial bomb. What was that? What was that, Angelo? What was that? He pops it up, and it's like we saw last night. He goes forward, and Spartan gets doinked out of the way. Okay.
Oh my god! And he's sort of the only player that I see going for these sort of air dribble, air pop, bump plays in this elo. He just knows. He's just got the mechanics, and that was just such big brain from him, really outplaying the opposition there.
Unbelievable stuff indeed. Angelo fragging out for his team when he needs to. Brilliant stuff to see here. And right now, is back in the Fiat Multipla's hands. However, the Veiled have woken up just a little bit. Can they bring this game back? As Saikuna trying to pop it forward. Spartan has worked himself back, but Angelo being so fast and so aggressive.
Yeah, and they're really not giving the Veiled any room to breathe here. They're sort of, okay, you got those 2 goals. That doesn't mean anything. They're going forward. They're being aggressive. They're trying to sort of shut them down and get another goal to close out this game. As a great bump in that midfield. And another one here by Saki is sort of turning up the aggression as well. They're not out just yet.
Unbelievable start from the Fiat Multipla with 55 seconds left on the clock. Do the Veiled have enough in the tank to bring this back as Saikuna decides to doink Spartan out of the way? Spartan getting really bumped over the past couple of seconds. The ball does go off the bat, but we see Saki is flying through the air. Saikuna, though, getting that clearance. Spartan has to get this touch away from his corner. It's 30 seconds on the clock. It does hit. The shot goes on to goal, and Kinetic, as he put it out of reach for the Veiled? I don't know.
I mean, I want the shooting pack that these guys are on, because not only does Saikuna have these insane placements, but Kinetic as well. They must have just the best shooting pack available, because they're just able to place these balls and sort of cherry pick them exactly where they want to go. Where they want to go, sorry. And the shot placement from this team, I think, is just beyond anything I've seen.
Unbelievable stuff, and the Fiat Multipla looking to keep their victory streak going. After this, they will only need one more win to close out this series. The Veiled are looking hot as Liam Nicholas being the lawyer and putting the hammer down, wanting to get this game a little bit closer. It's still a lot of potential. It still could go to overtime, but the Veiled, they've got to play perfectly.
Yeah, and that all came out of the Sakia sucker, the double bump. You know, he demos one, and then he also gets a bump onto Saikuna, sort of throwing him off his defensive stance, and it just allowed for an easy pickup here as 10 seconds to go in the flick.
Oh my god, Sakius!
Sakius! I mean, this guy, he's really popping off, can I just say.
Gosh.
Not only did he set up the earlier goals, he's also scoring goals of his own, and a great little flick there, able to get it past 2. And look at that, out of nowhere, the Veiled are back in this game. You were calling the 2-0 already.
What's going on? Liam Nicholas putting the pressure on. There's 5 seconds remaining. Though it looks like Saikuna's wanting to kill it. Spartan plays it over to the center. Anyone there to follow it up? No, they are not. So it is an overtime in this game too. The Veiled looking to equalize the series. Only time will tell. The kickoff does go in favor. Can Angelo get there? No, he can't. A bit of a double commit save. However, Saikuna, no. It's this only person playing back, but can they capitalize on it? No, Sakis unfortunately can't. A brilliant save. Som Saikuna is going to keep this overtime clock ticking as Angelo puts a clearance. Kinetic is there chasing. However, Spartan there trying to get a clearance of his own. He goes for the ground pinch. Doesn't play it around Saikuna. However, Angelo is there waiting the ball. Still in the half of Fiat Multipla. A big booming clearance is going to force Sakis back. He doesn't get the best of touches. Saikuna is going to be able to get this. Kinetic gets a demo onto Spartan. However, Angelo not able to get the shot away. It is back and forward. These teams, they have to be capitalizing.
Oh, I almost don't want to interrupt you. This beautiful play-by-play. This is fantastic. Going back and forth. These teams really looking to close out this game. And a nice flick here. Spartan able to pop it up. Can anyone shut it down off the backboard? Oh my days.
This is so unbelievably close. Is Kinetic keeping the pressure onto the Veiled's hearth. Spartan has gone off the backboard. He can't get that touch, but fortunately his teammate Sakius was there to keep it away. Liam Nicholas getting this clearance. Saikuna has gone back nice and early, and he able to get the touch into the air. However, Sakius once again up in the air in the midfield, getting these touches away. Kinetic trying to go for the redirect. He decides to pop it up. Sakius has gone early to try and knock it down, and he does so. Spartan not able to get the touch away. Saikuna comes in clutch with the ice in the veins, sliding away.
I mean, I think that was just a bit of a double commit here. Yeah, a bit of a double commit there from the side of the Veiled, and that is just going to be gutting for them as they did so well to get back into this game. We're now in match point as it is 2-0 to Fiat, and what we said was going to be a close series is sort of starting to come around in the second game, but it's still Fiat with that slight lead. Spartan 700 points. He's really sort of popping off in this second game. But man, that was so close, and we just saw bursts from the Veiled. They were sort of sleeper in the first few minutes. They concede a few goals, and then bam! Suddenly, two very good plays, just bursts of speed, bursts of power, and they're able to kind of claw these leads back. But again, they're always sort of playing from behind, and I think it's still Fiat very well to control the series.
Unbelievable stuff from Fiat, catching up when they need to, and once again, and I think it is not Angelo, it is Kinetic,
You
popping off and
concede
getting
only.
up with 778 points. Brilliant stuff from him. But Saikuna being the man who made the difference with 6 shots, 3 of them being goals, and he scored when he needed to be. But still, this Veiled side, they are not a team to mess with. They have so much potential. Uh, this game could go either which way. You can't call it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'll be incredibly surprised if I see a 3-0. I mean, this is just these teams that we know they're evenly matched, and I think it's just Fiat's composure that's just sort of bringing them ahead. They're able to sort of get these early leads, and I think the shooting packs, man, Kinetic and Saikuna with these absolute banging angles, and I just want to say the Veiled, just cover your top corners because that's where the ball's going.
Exactly, they call themselves a reliable family car. However, they're playing much more like reliable snipers. The shot they're putting in is we see Angelo putting the ball forward for Kinetic. Kinetic getting a really good read onto Spartan's touch. Suckist is there. Both Liam and Suckist missed the touch, but fortunately Liam able to clutch up in that save off of Saikuna's shot. Good job from him. However, the ball going a bit stalemate in the back. Liam Nicholas coming through the Demolition Derby, taking out the reliable family car member of Angelo. I believe that was a Saikuna getting the touch in the midfield, and Spartan now getting a demo himself. But I think the Veiled are pissed as they are demoing left, right, and center.
Yeah, I mean, great demos from Veiled, but I was just looking on the stats. They're a bit boost starved. They weren't really able to capitalize off those demos as the boosts were just stolen away from them. But Fiat, again, looking to go on the attack. I'm seeing a lot of whiffs this game, can I just say? A lot of people kind of going wide. Maybe the pressure of this sort of third game. They need to close this one out. And you've also got the Veiled fighting for their lives now, as if they lose this game, they will be knocked down to the lower bracket.
And you do not want to fight your way through the lower bracket whatsoever. Suckist trying to get a clearance. Saikuna reading the midfield touch really, really well. The pass back to Spartan. Plays effective as he actually follows it up once again. Is he going to go in? No! Kinetic denying that. The mechanics from these two teams is so impressive.
Great touch from the Spartan. They're able to pop it over one. He's really putting the pressure on. And, he was not really there that first game, but he's really turning up in the second and third. And a lot of space here for the side of Fiat, and they're able to sort of capitalize. They use their space very efficiently. They never give the ball away. If they've got space, they'll play it slow, and they'll look for a pass. They'll look for a shot. And here comes one from Kinetic, almost slotting it in.
So unfortunate from Kinetic to hit the up crossbar just then. Could it come back to bite them? Only time will tell, but Saikuna is there, not enough boost to work with Kinetic. Put the shot on, but Suckist getting a nice easy save. Spartan trying to counterattack, and he does so. Can he pancake it in? No, he can't. It's going to give Kinetic an opportunity to pass it to Angelo with the counterattack. Can Angelo put the shot in? But no, Suckist being too quick on those rotations. Brilliant job from the Veil trying to keep this scoreline 0-0. They do not want to concede first right now. They know they have the potential to win this game. The Spartan puts the ball over to Liam Nicholas, but Angelo reading it really, really well.
Yeah, and we're into the second half now, and I think the Veil really need a lead. I think they've been playing from behind the entire series. They've not had a lead of their own.
What a fake from Spartan! What a fake from Spartan! He just broke ankles! Oh my word! Look, boom! Saikuna and Angelo! Oh my words!
Yeah, I think everyone's getting a bit of packet loss. I think a lot of players are a bit disappointed, and I think this server's bugging out, a lot of high ping. But that was just a great fake, breaking ankles, as you said. And now finally we see the Veiled ahead in this first game, ahead in for the first time in the series. And can they look to keep this lead and this possession?
Only time will tell. And, yeah, people were complaining about the ping, but Spartan also is having ping issues, during
Yeah,
that
everyone's
full
got
play.
ping.
So
Everyone's got
I'm
ping.
sorry, everyone's having ping issues. You cannot use that as an excuse. Yeah, it's just the service. They're not individual. And
Oh,
Sucky's getting a clutch save as well. These players really not wanting to
oh
lose, but
no.
Saikuna slotting it in as well. It is tied 1-1. These two teams so evenly matched. The scorelines of the series does not play difference to how close these two teams are.
Oh, and that was just gutting from Spartan, unable to sort of get the defensive read, and it just allowed for an open net to come through. And it's 1-1 now. Can the Veiled sort of come back as the shot's going to come through from the suckiest sucker? And they're ahead once again. The Veiled breathing some life back into this series, and it looks like we could be in for a game 4.
It does look like indeed. An Arceum 1, they call for the lobby remake. Well, the ping only happened halfway through the game, and
I
it was
think it's a
time.
little bit too late.
I think it was a bit too late for any sort of remake to happen, but the ping has settled down right now, and so they're playing on. There is no more ping issues, so we'll probably lobby remake after this game because it could go into a game number 4 or 5.
Oh.
But Saikuna does not want this to happen.
Yeah, Saikuni's just like, what, game 4? I'm having none of it. And Spartan, a bit of a shameful touch, but look at the angle again from Saikuna. This man's shot placement is impeccable. He is just so consistent and able to get every one of these shots on target, and it's been the absolute turning factor in this series.
Unbelievable plays from the Saikuna man himself, and I love his gamer tag. He sounds like an anime character. As Saikuna is there, getting that touch in the midfield, trying to follow it up once again, but Saki misses his touch as well, leaving the ball open for Liam Nicholas. That third man, he does flick it into the center. Unfortunately, can he get a capitalize? No, he can't. Unfortunately, brilliant plays from Liam, making it uncomfortable for this side to Fiat Multipla to do anything. As Spartan looks for the pass over to Liam Nicholas. Once again, Liam Nicholas has gone up, trying to go for the second touch, and he gets it! Liam Nicholas is flaring about right now.
And look at this great little pinch pass here from Spartan, and little knock and another touch, able to pop it over Kinetic. I think Kinetic was boost starved in that instance and just could not reach it. Wow, that is just fantastic from these sides, and they're really going at it. Goal up, goal equalizer, goal up, goal equalizer. And if we see the same pattern, it should be Fiat to score next.
It should be. However, the Spartan does not want that to happen. He wants a game number 4. They do not want to go out right now. As Spartan slots one in, and Saikuna not able to get the touch or the positioning that he wants, and Spartan capitalizing on it perfectly.
Yes. Look at that. Spartan coming in. They're now 4-2 up. Finally, this is the first time they've been more than a goal ahead in this series. And we're finally seeing the Veiled, their win streak, the sort of the legacy that they built for themselves in the second part of Split come into fruition. And they're finally bringing it to Fiat. They're already 2 games down, but anything can happen.
Anything could happen indeed. Spartan is last player back, and he actually did a really good job there. We saw him pushed up really hard, and he decides to go for one of the back left boosts instead of pushing up just to play safe. As Spartan goes for that air dribble, but Saikuna denies it. He said, that's enough of you scoring. Let's take it to a game number 4.
Yeah, Spartan trying to go for a bit of a cheeky clip at the end there, as you saw him kind of getting some nasty air dribble. But yeah, I just got to give it to both these sides. I think they're playing absolutely great, and we will see a lobby remake because there was just a bit of a ping spike in that mid game. Although I think it was consistent for throughout. So great to see the sort of the Veil side show up and bring the fight to Fiat, because they were looking very comfortable. But the Spartan, he is just fantastic. 6 shots. And as long as they can keep Saikuna and his incredible shot placement under wraps, I do see them taking it to a game 5.
Yeah, this is very, very, very close indeed to Veiled. We know how good they are, especially when they find that momentum. It's all about this consistency on the defense. It's a battle of defense right now. Who is going to have those cleaner rotations? Who's going to be most confident? As we remake the lobby, guys, it's going to want to hear for what you guys are saying. What are you guys thinking? How do you feel like this is the reverse sweep going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Both these teams performing at the max maximum epitome in their respective teams and respective leagues. And so we have got a whole bunch of people here. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you know anyone who likes playing Rocket League, who wants to watch it, share it. Please share it with your mum, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your granny, your granddad. Get them watching. Get them a Twitch account and get them watching here, because this is some top quality Rocket League. This is the minor playoffs. So currently round one upper bracket. We saw just a moment ago the previous series, the Veil taking down Concerto in a close game number 5. Concerto looking very, very hot. Surprisingly enough, with a sub from the Challenger League. So they are all to play for still. This is the second series of the evening in the upper bracket, round 1. Fiat Multipla are up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. However, the Veiled are bouncing back. Spartan leading the charge for his team, trying to bring it back and take it all the way to a game number 5.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a game number 5. I think the Veiled really stepped up, and they're playing a lot more aggressive, and they're not allowing Fiat much time in that midfield, because in those first 2 games, I feel like they were just too free to sort of play off the backboard, play off these like sort of strong shots, and it's just fantastic to see the Veiled sort of bringing the fight back. And yeah, everything to play for in this game number 4.
It is everything to play for. Who is going to come out on top? Is Liam Nicholas trying to start something for his team? Going for a bit of an aerial play, and it's good to see the Veil. They're wanting to keep the momentum from their previous victory.
Yeah, Fiat again. I'm scared of their shot placement. I've never seen such clean shot placement. I'm gonna go on and on about it because I think it's just so crucial in this series. They can just get the angles from literally anywhere as long as they're past the halfway line. Careful for a shot, but it is them again going ahead, and Spartan just overcommitting there, leaving. However, he does get the demo in the midfield, and we see the plays come through as the Veiled taking it to the attack now. Can they do something in this half?
Can they do something indeed? As we see Liam Nicholas getting a touch away from his own net. Sykuna, though, meeting it in the midfield. Not the best of touches, as it does leave an opportunity for Saki Saka to put a shot on goal. It does go off the backboard. Sykuna, however, looking for a passing play with Angelo, and a bit of a double commit coming out of the side of the Veiled. Is going to leave that goal wide open, but a beautiful pass coming out of Sykuna.
And Sykuna again. If it's not a shot placement, it's a pass placement. This man is just able to read the ball like no other. He knows exactly where to place it. And if he's not putting it in the top bins, he's putting it in Ancelo's boot, ready for a shot. And beats out 2. The double commit comes through, and it's Fiat ahead. And they've not lost a game when they've been ahead in this series. So the Veiled, they really want to come back quickly.
Oh my word. Suckiest Saka now trying to get that clearance, but Sykuna has been that man you have to shut down if you're on the side of the Veiled, as he puts another ball on, which is so uncomfortable for the Veiled. It's so impressive to see, but he just seems to cause so much disruption with every touch he makes. However, the Veiled with an opportunity now to put some pressure on, and Liam Nicholas doing a really good job of that spot and trying to look at for a follow-up touch, but it's once again the man, the myth, the legend, it's Sykuna being this disruptor, which is leading to family reliable car being in the lead right now. A brilliant job, and Sykuna actually winning that 50-50, almost going into the back of the net, taking to a second goal. Kinetic, who's gone up early, but not with the best of touches. Saki Saka gonna go for the catch, and he actually beats out 2 players with it. So he's gonna look for the pass over to Liam Nicholas. However, it's red once again.
Oh, and a bit of an awkward bounce. They're putting Angelo off, but he's actually able to read it very quickly, adjusting to the play, and now he's going for a backboard. Saki Saka being in the middle. And again, it's just these shots. As you said, every touch that Sykuna makes just seems to be a hassle and a worry for the Veiled. And he's definitely been the standout player for me. And Kinetic again with the shot, making danger, making plays, making the Veiled sort of sweat a bit more. And the pressure must be really, really kicking in now, as they do not want to get dropped to this lower series. Liam with a great pop into that midfield, but it's again greatly red. They're taking their time here, able to pop it over 1, over 2. And oof, look at that. Kinetic, who's going to get a shot on here, and it's going to be a goal. That's what I said. Angelo, great control. They don't give the ball away, and look at him just going, being aggressive, and it just allows for an open net goal here, 3-on-1, and the rotations. Unfortunately, no one there to back him up, and it's looking dire. It's looking grim for the Veiled.
It is looking difficult for them as Kinetic puts a ball forward. Liam Nicholas with a nice clearance. It is 2 minutes remaining. We saw how quickly, though, the Veil can turn the games on its head, so I wouldn't count them out just yet. Saka trying to get a clearance, looking for the pass over into the middle. Can he get that? No. Saikuna being that pivotal player, catching it when he needs to. Liam Nicholas trying to play it onto the backboard. Once again, it's met by Saikuna. Saikuna is doing everything for his team. Liam Nicholas looking for a shot. He plays it off the backboard. Unfortunately, not able to find that angle, and Saka does flick it over. Angelo, however, is followed up by Kinetic, and the shot goes on forward. Spartan, though, being a bit quiet this game. They're looking for him to step up. He is that pivotal anchor man in the attack. He needs to step up for his team and give opportunities for players such as Liam Nicholas to put shots away. And that shot right there going so wide, a bit uncharacteristic from Spartan.
Yeah, and it's sort of the shot placement not quite there, but this one might be a great save from Kinetic. But look at that, the Veil really putting the pressure on, and we know they can score goals very quickly. They did it twice last game. Sorry, the second game. They scored 2 goals back to back and 2 goals back to back again. So by no means are they out of this just yet.
Angelo right now tracking back. We saw Kinetic go for a double tap, unable to find the angle, unfortunately, as Liam Nicholas pops it up high. Saikuna, though, meeting the ball, and Angelo and Spartan, really good job of 50-50 in front of the goal. Spartan buying time for his teammates to get back. A bit of a missed touch there is going to leave Suckius with the clearance. However, Kinetic, good job of rotating back, and I must admit, Fiat Multipla, that has been the difference. The rotations, they are just not letting Veiled escape their half right now, and the bump is going to come in, giving Angelo a free goal. It's 17 seconds remaining. I don't want to call it. Last time I called it, the game went to an overtime, but this is, it could well be over now, but it is the Veiled after all.
Yeah, great awareness there from Kinetic, able to get the bump in and sort of block the defensive shot come through, and it's looking dire for the Veiled. They got to score 3 goals in 10 seconds, and I just don't think they can pull it off right now, not with sort of the aggression that Fiat's bringing in. And we sort of predicted the Veil to sort of step up and be very close with their win streak, but unable to turn up in this series. However, they will move on to the losers bracket, and they'll be facing will they be facing the team that lost Concerto?
I
Or
think they
someone
will. I
else?
think they will be facing. No, Concerto will be playing Weeaboos.
Oh, that's
Um,
it. Yeah.
and I think the
Absolutely.
Veiled will be playing. I'm
Might
gonna
be
have to
TBD.
double.
Might be TBD.
It could be TBD, but we will get that confirmation in the background. I'm actually just looking it up now, see if I can figure it out for you.
There it is.
There we go. Thank God. So they'll be facing up against Ember, and
That's
Ember are a
it.
very good, strong side. Obviously in the losers bracket now, Concerto versus Weeaboos. You'll be able to. We'll find that out for you guys in the next set of the streams. But yeah, what brilliant 2 first games we have had. Arena Tribe taking out Concerto 3-2, and Concerto looking extremely strong and deadly. However, Fiat Multiplayer just having that little bit more composure over the Veiled, taking this victory. And Evoke, thank you very much for your gifted subs. We do incredibly appreciate it, and thank you for being here. Um, but I'd like to ask you, Pedro with Shabby, what do you think? Just looking at this bracket here, what are your predictions to who we're going to see in the grand finals?
Fiat really turned up this game. I think they were just so quick on the ball. I think the placement of their shots and sort of the control they had on the game, they were so calm and collected when handling the ball. They weren't giving it away, and I saw basically no double commits or any sort of blatant defensive errors. So they definitely looked a lot cleaner than Tribe did earlier. They looked a lot cleaner and a lot more consistent. The concealed, they were coming in with a sub. They were a bit scrappy. They were a bit all over the place. Although they played well, they were weak at the back. And if Fiat play like they do, and if the first team play like they do, the first seed, I think Fiat takes it by a mile.
Interesting. Your predictions here. So next up, guys, is going to be your upper finals, which is going to be Arena Tribe versus Fiat Multipla. So, guys, do not go anywhere because we've got some more brilliant Rocket League action. But that is it for me and Shabby. Just for the moment, Shabby is gonna call it for the rest of the evening. You will see myself back here for the finals along with Vector. But next up on the casting desk will be Fane and Vector. These guys, they're in good hands, aren't they, Shabby?
Absolutely top tier, guys. I'm still gonna be here. I'm just gonna be in the chat instead. Gonna be cheering along. I want to see how this bracket turns out because it's been an absolute pleasure to cast, and it's always great to be on the channel. But that is gonna be it for me today. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching. And yeah, make sure you donate to that link and just keep it going, guys. Keep the support going. This
Yeah.
league's awesome.
Yeah, indeed. Chonka, if you are here in chat, if anyone has it, please post Chonka's link. Because remember, guys, this is every single time that Fiat Multiplier or any of the Reliable Family Car side do donate, their time they win, they donate £1 for every victory. So, guys, please, someone post that link. It'll be really, really good indeed. But thank you very, very much for everyone being here today. Next up is going to be the Arena Tribe versus Fiat Multiplier, and we'll be joined on the test by Thane and Vector. Thank you very, very much, guys. Do not go anywhere, so we're going to be right back with some more Rocket League action. What were you laughing at, Cindy?
Yeah, I just hear him giggling.